Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about building in Total War and its evolution through the titles. Wait, what evolution? Do you mean De-Volution rather? Maybe. Building has always been very simple in Total War. All you have to do is have some cash in the bank and you can build it. In the later Total War games we have a tech tree that as you move through it, certain techs unlock certain buildings. In the older titles, better buildings would be unlocked by leveling up your city. In the later games, there's also a few resource dependencies that I think add to the strategy though to a minimal degree, and I would like to see that a little bit more. In Rome 1, building is fairly simple, yet I feel it is effective. You get no restrictive building slots, you get to pick one out of a certain number of temples depending on a faction, and then you can build all the other buildings as you level up your settlements. You unlock the next tier of buildings. It is simple, am I right? The advantage is it allows you to build everything and complete the cities. By late game you'll have cities with nothing left to build. The disadvantage is, of course, that in late game all cities will be the same, the only difference being the temple you choose. Which would in fact be the specialization of the city, that temple. Truth is that this free form, build whatever you please kind of system is my preferred system in all of Total War. If for nothing else, for the freedom that it gives me. In Medieval 2, not all provinces are the same since the castles were introduced. They had different building trees, specialized in recruitment, while cities specialized in making money. This was refreshing and a nice take that would bring some variation to the provinces. Also, now you can add buildings to the queue even if you don't have the money available, which is pretty nice. The buildings will just build once the money is available. Now let's talk about Empire Total War. Empire's building system was quite odd, especially if the last game you played was either Rome 1 or Medieval 2. Cities were now copies of one another. They had the same buildings to level up. You didn't have the amount of buildings in Medieval 2. You were now down to just 6 buildings plus infrastructure, which is pretty much roads. This is on the main cities, because minor city settlements, you could only upgrade main building and walls and infrastructure. Yikes, talk about dumbing down games, am I right? The good thing about Empire is that provinces grew as the campaign went along, unlocking villages on the map that you could build one of 4 buildings on, which would allow you to specialize your provinces, and it's nice, and I like that. I spoke about this system in my population video. I do enjoy it. I wish we'd have a mix between that and the classic title, the building system, which I'm going to talk a little bit about later. Then we have Rome 2 and the Warhammers. In Rome 2, just like in Warhammer series, cities have a certain amount of slots. Province capitals have more slots than minor cities, and room for buildings in your settlements are limited, and as such, you simply can't build everything in a city, which design-wise, I can understand that, but I feel that it doesn't make much sense. You were building Rome, a huge city. It has everything in there. Let me build everything in there, please, guys. I can get minor settlements having building slots, but not province capitals. Those should be huge and special, and I feel that the building system in Rome 2 and Warhammer is very limiting. It's good because you can specialize settlements heavily, but it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you really think about it. In Three Kingdoms, the building system is quite lacking in my opinion. Minor settlements are one resource building. Settlements and cities unlock building slots as you upgrade them. There are a few different building lines: education, commerce, peasantry, military, and administrative, for a total of 15 possible buildings, 3 in each category. Some of these will branch out as you develop them, bringing some variety into the game, but that variety is crushed when you only have 6 building slots at most. This means that in provinces made up of a main city plus 2 resource towns, you'll have up to 8 slots, 2 of which are locked on the resource building. At least in Rome 2 and the Warhammers you could go up to 18 buildings. That's over double what Three Kingdoms offers, guys. Over double. So when they went to Three Kingdoms, they literally halved the amount of buildings you could have in a city, or in a province rather. That makes no sense in my opinion. So what is my ideal building system for Total War? What does Mr. Turd propose for good old Total War? Imagine having capitals built like the classic titles. Alright, so you can build anything there, and you have a bunch of buildings. Like, the classic titles don't have those many buildings. There were probably tops, maybe 13 to 15 building types, you know, not better than 3 kingdoms, but you could have them all in the same city, right? So that's definitely an advantage right there. Then I would love to have minor settlements built like Rome 2. Yeah, that makes sense. They are minor settlements, so you wouldn't be able to build everything in there. So having a small type of settlement right there with 4, maybe 5 building slot stops, that's okay. With certain buildings that are only available to minor settlements, which is kind of how Rome 2 does it. And then you still have the small towns emerging throughout the campaign into an Empire Total War style, where you'd be able to build a certain type of special buildings from a decent selection to further specialize your province. For example, maybe a mining building, or a building that improves mining output, a building that improves lumberjacks output, a building that improves food output of that region, maybe some resource buildings, you know, maybe some happiness buildings like a temple complex, a town that would be a temple complex. That would be great, that would be awesome. Just imagine that, you know. So you'd have like main settlements being built one way, small settlements being built another way, then you have villages on the map that would be built in a completely different way. How awesome would that be? Would it be too much to take in? Maybe. But I think we could grow into it slowly. I don't think this is the way they're going at all. I don't think this will ever be a thing. But a man can dream, can he not? Just imagine this system. It would be varied and even more replayable than we already have. So please scream at CA about it if you guys enjoy it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this. Do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I have been Mr. Turd, and I will see you, hopefully, I really hope I earned that. I hope to see you on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time again.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.